All right, guys, welcome to the second half of today's podcast. Sunday, August 4th, 2024. It's about 5:45 p.m. Eastern time. So, Marcel, it's what, 11:45 for you?
Yeah.
So, I appreciate you staying up late, man. Although you're up to like 9 a.m. usually, right? Something crazy like that.
I'm always late, so. Yeah.
What time do you usually go to bed at? Like, seriously?
Between 5 and 6.
And then wake up at what, 12?
Like yeah, 1? Maybe even later sometimes. It
depends. Do you nap though, or no? Do you have naps later on, or no?
No.
Oh, you just sleep at night? Okay, yeah. That's crazy. We appreciate your hard work, man. Like, you know, you fans in Europe, you have it harder, I would say, for sure, to be a UFC fan, because obviously it's, if we lived in Las Vegas too, these cards would be done so early. We'd have fucking all night out. You know what I mean, Marcel? It'd be crazy, but it's not the situation. All right, guys, we're gonna preview UFC Vegas 95, Tybura versus Spivac 2. Let's just get into the card. No point of wasting time. We're going to use UFC stats as by order, although some fights are going to change. There's a few injuries to this card and some replacements. So let's get into Marcel. I'll ask you this. I always do. Your overall thoughts on this fight night card. What do you think?
It's okay, man. It's nothing really special in my opinion, but it's okay. Yeah.
I literally thought you were going to say it's just okay. I really thought that's what he's going to say. I agree. I mean, there's some good fights, but there's some filler too. I mean, it's one of these cards again where, you know, it could be better than expected, but it's nothing like crazy special. At the same time, I'm obviously going to watch them all, but yeah, it's just an okay card. I would say on paper, it's like, I would say this. It's one of these cards where my expectations are low, so if it turns out to be good, I'll be happy. And if it's not very good, then it's what I expected. That makes sense. Yeah, we do a double podcast on Sunday usually. You know, back in the day, like 3 or 4 years ago, we did them like when it was, you know, I think before COVID or even beginning of COVID, we would like, remember Marcel, like after work, I would do them with you like once a day.
Yeah.
I think we did it every day at one point. I can't remember now, but you know, over the years we just decided to do 2 and preview recap kind of thing. So yeah, card's okay, Joe. We appreciate that, man. Thank you. Yeah, it sucks. That fight's off the card. You're talking about Medic and Barlow, you mean, not Parsons. Parsons is off the card too. But yeah, Medic, that sucks. The Barlow fight's off because it was going, although Barlow got replacement. We don't know what's going to happen with Kinoshita. He might get a replacement. We'll have to skip that fight for now. We can touch on it really quick, but nothing to say. Glad to have you here. Okay, I think we should just get into it, Marcel. Again, we have right now there's 11 fights, Marcel. There could be 2 if they added a replacement for Kinoshita. We don't know yet. I know you're hearing that maybe one of the other fights could potentially be off, so we'll see. But right now we have 11, so let's just go into them. Start at the bottom, work our way up. First fight, and we're using UFC stats. First fight of the evening is a rematch between UFC newcomer Stephanie Luciano and Talita Alencar. Just give me a sec, guys, and pull up the odds. The odds for this fight are pretty close. It's a women's strawweight fight, by the way. Luciano is favored, minus 180. Actually, it went up a little bit. So it went up because I looked at it yesterday. It went up. She's minus 185. Alencar plus 154. So they did fight in Contender Series last year. It was a draw. So Alencar won, I think, the first round, right?
And the first 2, and she lost that 8th.
Luciano just really came on strong in the third round. Like, she landed, I'm looking at the stats right now. It was a crazy third round. She landed 54 strikes compared to 9. Complete domination. Had 2.5 minutes of control. It was domination. It was a clear 10-8 round. So she is favored this time. I believe Alencar opened as the favorite in the rematch here. She was obviously favored in the first fight too. Now she's a dog. So money's coming on Luciano. And it's a close fight. Again, I was a draw the first time. But I think the upside is on Luciano here. You know, the younger fighter, the better striker. But, you know, Alencar, the thing is, she has UFC experience now. She had that one fight against Jhonata dos Santos, which she won a split. I don't think she should have won the fight, but she got some experience in, whereas Luciano has not fought at all in the UFC. So that's something to keep in mind. Luciano does have some advantages, though. Huge reach advantage, 7 inches. Huge height advantage, 5 inches. 9 years younger. Obviously, like I said, the better striker, but, you know, and her takedown defense is decent. But, you know, clearly Alencar was winning that fight up until she gassed out and lost late. I'm going to go with Luciano. She is the favorite here. I feel like the upside's with her, Marcel, but I wouldn't lay minus 185 on her. I wouldn't do it. I think Alencar definitely has a chance to win this fight, out grapple her, and, you know, not get 10-8'd. So Luciano by decision is my pick, but yeah, what do you think?
So Talita gassed heavily in that first fight between them, but she was a short notice replacement for Pedroni back then, She fought against Rayani dos Santos. I think it was a super close fight. Probably should have gone to Rayani, but Luciano, yeah. Dana was like, yeah, something special about this girl. I need to give her a contract. I was like, yeah, dude, you dirty motherfucker. But I think both girls are pretty decent, But I favor Alencar, man. I think with a good preparation and if she doesn't gas here, she's the better fighter. So Talita Alencar for me by decision.
There you go. So you have a dog pick for us. So we have to bat. I had some questions about this one in the chat. Someone, Amos Sar, what's on, man? He said, "What do you think of the value?" Well, there you go. You have half of the podcast is picking the dog. I think she has a chance. I wouldn't bet on this fight. I'm going to pick Luciano because again, younger fighter, height, reach. The third round, I can't forget about it. So I'm going to pick her. But again, there's some things not to like. She doesn't have much experience, right? And neither fighter does. And obviously, Alencar is the better grappler. So. She has some edges, but again, that third round was a serious issue. He's okay. I mean, the Nikolay guy. We'll talk about him in a minute too. We're going to go through the card one by one. Let's go to the next fight here, Marcel. We have Youssef Zalal taking on your boy Jarno Errens. And the odds for this one have Zalal's favored minus 375. So really heavy odds on him. Plus 295 on Jarno. I mean, it's heavy odds, man. And I picked Jarno in the first fight around Marcel. I didn't. I said that wrong, guys. My apologies. I picked Youssef last time when he got back to the UFC against Billy Quarantillo. He was an underdog when I picked him. He ended up being the favorite. He destroyed Billy Quarantillo, right? So I think Youssef Zalal is very good. I think he's made a serious change in his career. He's not the guy that lost 3 straight fights. He's a guy that's more closer to the guy that started his UFC career 3 wins and the guy that came to the UFC again, after being a bunch of guys in the regional scene. He's looked very good. That being said, these odds are really heavy to me because, again, I'm not a huge Errens guy, Marcel. I know he's your guy. But to me, he's been competitive in his fights. It's not like he's getting blown out. He was competitive with Choi and Gomi, and then he beat Stephen Wynn, and that, to me, is a decent win, pardon the pun. I was pretty high on Stephen Wynn coming into that fight. I didn't think he would lose that fight, and he clearly lost. He got pieced up. I know, right? He got pieced up, and you called that upset. So actually, Marcel, it's kind of funny. We both picked these guys to win their last fights by upsets. So now we have the fight, and now Zalal's almost 4-1. That's heavy. I wouldn't lay my 375 on Zalal. I think he wins. I would take him to win by decision. I think he's the more well-rounded guy, but Jarno is definitely a gamer. So I have a feeling you're going to pick the dog here. Are you?
First of all, why the fuck is this fight so low on the card?
It should be on the main card. I thought it was. When I talked to you before the podcast, I was like, oh, I thought it was main card.
Yeah, it should be, in my opinion. Definitely over a few other fights.
Jarno won fight of the night in his last fight. I don't really understand it. And then
Zalal got a big win over Billy.
He should have got a bonus. He got robbed of a bonus.
Great fight, man. Really looking forward to it. I think on the feet it will be very competitive. I think Zalal has the edge on the ground, probably, Yeah, man. I mean, I don't want to pick against my guy. That's the thing here. Let's put it this way: if it wasn't Jarno, I'd probably go with Zalal. But Jarno is my guy. Jarno is one of the few guys I not want to pick against because I'm really good with him. And I don't want to. How do you say that?
Burning bridges. And also, he's
not burning bridges, but I don't want to if he hears it that he is like, oh damn, dude, he doesn't have trust in me or whatever, and because I think he can win the fight, but I think it will be very difficult, man. Zalal is really good. Zalal's pretty how do you say that? Pretty complete fighter, you know what I mean? So, and if Zalal doesn't get it done on the feet, he probably takes it to the ground. So, yeah,
I understand. I get it. I'll take Zalal by decision. I think the odds are crazy, though. I think Errens is a live dog here, plus almost 300. I think that's a little wide because, again, if it stays standing, it's going to be competitive. Zalal needs to get into the ground. I think that's the best place. Because, again, Marcel, if it goes to the ground, I think he has a big advantage, personally. That's not really Jarno's game. He's more of a striker. I know he has some submissions, right, obviously, but I think you'd agree he's more of a striking-based fighter, obviously. Yeah, Zalal's not with Macy anymore. She has a new boyfriend. I can't remember the guy's name. He's a fighter, but they showed him at the last card, Denver. She was supposed to fight in that card. She's in the eyes with another dude. It was like, who's that? That's not Youssef Zalal. So we'll see what happens there. Let's go to the next fight here. We have two heavyweights. Thank God it's not on the main card though, eh? Karl Williams taking on Jhonata Diniz. Williams big favorite, -2. Well, not big, but sizable. -218. Diniz +180. Striker grappler fight, classic fight. Right?
Classic.
I mean, this is it's either Karl takes him down and holds him there and probably wins the decision, or Diniz knocks him out. I think Diniz is a live dog here if he can get the fight in the feet. I just don't think he can do it, man. I mean, Austin Lane took this guy down and was controlling him before he completely gassed out. Austin Lane is not a grappler. Austin Lane's not good. Karl Williams, I don't think he's amazing, but he can fucking grapple. His last 4 fights in the UFC, or 3 fights, he had the contender series, but last 3 fights, 7 takedowns against Tafa, 1 against Sherman, which isn't a great look, but still got the 1, and then 8 against Dresky. Not the best wins, but, okay. And, he's a guy that's a grinder. He's averaging almost 5 takedowns per 50 minutes. I think Diniz is good. I like him. I actually prefer if Diniz wins, to be honest with you, because he's exciting. He's one of these strikers that have come over to the UFC and, they're doing well. But again, the ground game to me looks like really questionable against Austin Lane. And I don't think Karl Williams will gas. Karl Williams is a good gas tank. He's a grinder. And I think Karl will, especially in the small cage more so, I think it works better for him, where he can just get this guy against the fence, drag him to the ground, and beat him up there. I think Karl Williams wins the decision, but I kind of hope he gets knocked out because I think Diniz is more exciting for the division. What do you think?
I actually think the same, I think, listen, if you look at Jhonata Diniz's fight against Austin Lane, if Karl Williams does that, and I think he can do that for 3 rounds, he wins the fight, I think it's the most likely outcome that there will be a unanimous decision win for Karl Williams by a lot of wrestling. At the same time, like you said, Jhonata Diniz is a live dog, because there's always the possibility of a knockout early in the round, so he can either knee him or whatever, But now I go with the safe pick, Williams decision here.
There we go. So you have the same pick on that one. All right, let's go to the next fight here. We have, I feel like this is going to be a good fight too. I think this could have been on the main card personally because I think this is going to be an exciting fight.
Let's be honest.
Go ahead.
Rosa deserved to be on the main card after that last fight against Aldana.
She had, I don't know if it was fight of the year, but it was top 5, right? Last year, I think.
In my opinion, it was the second best women's fight I saw in the UFC after Zhang against Joanna.
Dude, it was an incredible fight. Karol Rosa against Irene Aldana. I was in Cuba in that fight, and I was watching it and there was like a little bar on the resort, and they had the ESPN prelims on, so I was watching it there, and fuck, man, it was a good fight. I was like, holy shit, these girls are going at it like their faces were busted up. Very unexpected. Rosa did well in that fight. She landed, over 200 significant strikes. So, she's a high volume striker. Right? They get to the odds quickly. Karol Rosa's favorite -180. Pannie Kianzad +150. I really like both fighters a lot, man. I know some people are going to look at this fight and be like, oh, it's 2 women's fighters. They're boring. I don't think so. I think they're both good fighters. They're both mostly strikers. This is going to be a fun fight. I like the matchmaking here. Again, high on both fighters. I think they're both really good strikers. But they are coming off losses. Pannie especially was disappointing against Macy. Macy's looked good though. I don't think that loss looks so bad, and that's the thing, right? So, anyways, getting back to this fight, I think it's going to take place on the feet. It's going to be interesting because Pannie's definitely got really good boxing and she's pretty durable. But also, I think that Karol Rosa's got way more volume, right? Like I'm looking at the stats, Karol Rosa lands almost 6.5 strikes per minute. 4.5, almost 5 for Pannie. So high volume for both girls, but it's really high volume for Karol Rosa. And I think that's kind of what wins out. Also, Karol Rosa, I think, has more of the takedown threat too in this fight. She can sneak a takedown, and Pannie's takedown defense isn't great. I like both girls a lot. I think this is going to be a bang. Marcel, this could be a fight of the night. I think it could be a sneaky fight of the night where they just stand and trade for 3 rounds, bloody your faces up. There's that fight with Pannie. I can't remember who it was. Remember, or Tooth was missing. Remember that fight? Where she's like,
against Landsberg?
Might have been, yeah. I think it was. She got dropped in that fight, but came back and won. It's a good fight. I think Karol Rosa wins the decision, though. What do you think?
First of all, maybe I asked you this before, but do you know what the original nickname of Pannie Kianzad was?
Yeah, it's Sexy Scramble.
He knows. I
should have known that last time.
Did I? I didn't even remember. That's why I said maybe I did. Yeah,
no worries. I know.
Karl Rosa, yeah, I'm also going with Karl Rosa here, man. I think she has more ways to win. If she doesn't get it done on the feet, she can take it down.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with yours how you read the fight. I'm also going with Rosa here. I don't think there will be a finish. I'm going with a decision.
Her girlfriend is Denise Gomes. Is that who?
Yeah,
she's
true.
With? Okay, yeah. She's also, a scrappy fighter.
Mm-hmm.
To Tower fight. I mean, I'm sure they're training with each other all the time too. So yeah, that helps. But yeah, I love Pannie though, man. She's one of my favorite women's fighters. You know, I've always liked her. Really like the striking, but again, you know, kind of just to me, you know, going to get all volume here. That's what I think happens. So, all right, we'll go to the next fight here, guys. We have, all right, so the next fight got canceled actually. Johnny Parsons against Yusaku Kinoshita got canceled. Maybe Kinoshita's going to get another opponent. We don't know yet. I would have picked Parsons in that fight. You would have picked him too, Johnny Parsons?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, me too. All right, so the next fight will be Charalampos, Grigoriou against Toshiomi Kazama. Odds for this one, Charalampos minus 192, Kazama plus 160. Yeah, I mean, listen, dude, this guy looked really bad against Chad Hellinger in his last fight. Like, not impressive at all. The win over Cameron Smotherman was nice, though, and it's kind of aged well because I know Cameron got a win right at that Fury card, I think, right, recently.
Yeah.
Chad Hellinger is kind of underrated, though, so maybe that's not as bad as we thought looking back at it. He's kind of a grinder-type fighter. He beat Muin Gafarov, right? Remember on Contender too? I know it was controversial, but still, like, Chad's been in the UFC for a while. He's a grinder. Kazama has looked bad. I mean, straight up, you know, destroyed by Nakamura, which again, that's not a bad loss. Like, it's amazing. And then Armfield destroys him too. Armfield's decent, but I mean, 2 straight knockout losses, not impressive to me. I don't know if I can trust Charalampos, but I'll pick him to win, Marcel. I think he probably knocks this guy out. He's kind of a striker, so a knockout artist, so I would take him by knockout, but I wouldn't trust them after the last fight. I don't know. It wasn't a good performance. And for me, like, there's 11 fights in this card. It's not really one I'm interested in betting. I'll take him to win though. So Grigoriou to win. What do you think?
I think the UFC just happy with Kazama with his last win in 2022. I'm not going to even.
Can you try the guy's name?
No, I'm not going to even try. You know, would be. I also think that Grigoriou knocks Kazama out. I haven't been like impressed with what I see. I mean, the Rinya Nakamura fight that was done within 30 seconds, I think.
Yeah.
The last time against Armfield wasn't indeed great either way. And the thing is, he's actually 0-1 in the UFC, right? Because they don't count that
doesn't count, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I count it though. I don't that they.
I understand.
They weren't wearing those different gloves at that point. So to me, it's still in the UFC cage. I don't agree with that. Yeah. Yeah. I can't do it, man. I can't pick the guy either. So I'm with you. I do want to hear you try the guy's name. You can't.
No, let me try. It's Karamwali Mai Titua Heti.
Holy shit. I mean, that's much better than what I could have did. All right, let's go to the next fight here. Main card already. Yeah. Allan Nascimento against Jafel Filho.
A fun fight, man.
Great fight. Very fun fight in the flyweight division. I mean, these flyweight fights are so exciting, I think. Nascimento minus 205, plus 170 on Jafel Filho. And 2 very good fighters, two cool nicknames. You got Puro Oso and Grim Reaper Marcel against the Pastor. I like both guys a lot, man. This is a tough one for me to pick, to be honest with you, because I really like Jafel Filho. I think he's very good. I think he's very dangerous. Obviously, we saw that against Perez, that slugfest, and then he gets the submission after the knockdown, then gets Osborne, chokes him out. And then the fight Contender against the Robert Echeverry, that was impressive too. The fight with Makhachev, I mean, it was competitive, right? He almost knee-barred. Yeah. He did lose, but it was close. Thing is, Allan Nascimento is pretty good, man. He's durable too. Trains in a great camp, shoot the box, obviously. Diego Lima, Charles Oliveira, all those guys. He's a good grappler. He's experienced. He's got way more experience. Well, not way more, but he's got more fights. 26 to 19, so he's got more fights. A little bit older, but not that much. 2 years, not a huge difference. 2 straight wins as well, so momentum. But again, I think he's fought better competition too. That's the other thing, right? For the most part, I mean, and Mokaev's good, but like, for instance, like Ulan Bekov fight, we've talked about this before. To be honest, you probably could have scored it for Nascimento, right? And imagine he had won that split decision mark. So where his career would be now, right? I think for me, one of the things, the problem with this guy's inactivity is I fought in a year and a half. But I mean, last time we saw him fight, he just destroyed that Karl Shenanigans guy, and that's nice. Jake Hadley beat him easily. It's a tough one for me, man, because I like Filho a lot. I think he's a live dog for sure. The odds are a little bit hefty here, I would say. But I guess I'm kind of leaning Nascimento by decision, and it's only because like he's so durable. I mean, that's kind of the reason why, Marcel. As far as stoppage losses go, he's never been finished, right? And Filho is a finisher. He's a guy that has how many decision wins? 1 out of 16 wins. So he's he's a guy that doesn't really win decisions, and that's why I favor Nascimento to win the decision in this fight. What do you think?
Very fun fight, man. Probably Dana comes. If you don't know, now you know. You know.
You think he'll go for this fight? Maybe.
Yeah, probably the matchmakers tell him this is a good fight.
They both won. They both won performance bonus. Now that I'm looking at it, so yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, fun fight. You know, the thing is, like, we got the Grim Reaper against the Pastor. You know, so that's fun.
Love that nickname. It's so good.
Yeah, I'm going with Filho, man. I think.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I think he's got a chance for sure.
And I think he finishes him as well.
That's the thing. Like, if Nascimento was a guy that had been finished before, I would pick Filho, but he's just so durable.
He is.
Know? And Tybura had him in so many bad spots, never really came close to this video. So I don't blame you at all. You're taking by what, submission, I'm assuming, or knockout?
I'm going by knockout, man. Actually.
Interesting. All right. I mean, there you go. Like, I was on the fence about this one, to be honest with you. It's kind of what
I'm as well. Well.
I mean, hey, I like the fact you're taking like some dogs. I've taken what? I think none so far, but you've taken 3. I respect it, man. All right, let's go to the next fight. And but I agree with Colostrum. That's the thing. Like, I just don't know, right? We don't know. Marcel's taking a risk here, but at the same time, it's you're getting almost plus 200 in the guy. He's very talented, so don't blame me. Next fight, this should not be in the main card. Yana Santos against Chelsea Chandler. Why is this on the main card, Marcel? Like, if you're gonna put a women's fight, put the other fight on.
Yeah, it was first like that. They switched it. I don't know why.
I don't get it. Like, I mean, honestly, it doesn't make sense. Craig, what's up, man? Glad to have you in the chat.
Craig?
One of our good friends here, Craig Crowley. Glad to have you here, Craig. Appreciate your presence, man. All right. Minus 142, Yana Santos. Plus 120, Chelsea Chandler. All right, I'm finally taking an underdog. Finally, I'm taking one here, Marcel. I'm taking Chelsea Chandler. I'm not high on either of these fighters, but for me, like, I don't really think Yana Santos should be favored at this point. Lost 3 straight fights. Really should have lost 4. I don't think she beat Caitlin Vieira personally. I'm not impressed with her performances. I mean, she's probably good competition. I'll give her that, but to me, I don't know, man. I just think she's on a huge decline. Chelsea Chandler, is not amazing, but she's a grinder. I think she can take this fight to the ground. Yana Santos, really bad takedown defense. I mean, both girls have bad takedown defense, but I think that of the two, Chelsea Chandler is more likely to grapple. I think she will get the fight to the ground. I think it'll be a competitive fight, but I think she'll win the decision here. I think she should be favored, despite less experience in the UFC, which I guess is the reason why. But I'm going to take Chelsea Chandler to win this fight by a decision. What do you think, man? Plus 120. What do you think?
Yeah, man. 209, motherfucker. I think so as well. I think also I'm picking Chelsea Chandler. The only thing with Chelsea Chandler is that she really prefers to fight at 145, and she has to fight at 135 now. She has really trouble making weight all the time at 135. So I hope it will be better for her this time. She won last time.
You're taking the dog that you said? You're taking Chandler?
Yeah, I'm also picking Chandler.
We have a consensus, dog. Woo woo.
Yeah, let's go.
Finish your breakdown, though. Apologies. Just one day.
Yeah, man. I mean, she beat Josiane Nunes last time. I didn't expect that. I think did you have Chandler in that fight? Did you pick Josiane?
I can't remember. I might have.
I definitely
I think I did, actually. I can't remember, though.
I picked Nunes in that one.
I think it's because of the size, because Nunes is very small.
Yeah, true. Chandler, I think, but I don't think it will be an amazing fight, to be honest.
No, I think it's boring, and it should not be in the main card. Someone said the bow order is weird. It's fucking weird. It's very weird. Yeah, I don't like this fight. Should be Kianzad and Rosa. All right, let's go to the next fight here, guys. This fight should be a fun one here, guys. We have 2 strikers here. Danny Barlow takes on Nikolay Veretennikov. How do you pronounce his last name? Do you know?
I would say Veretennikov.
Veretennikov. He did fight Contender Series a few years ago. He's taking this fight on short notice, filling in for Uros Medic. He fought 3 times on the regional scene since the fight with Morales, which, Michael Morales is very good, and he went to decision with him, so it's not that bad of a look, and I think he deserves a chance at UFC. That being said, Danny Barlow is a huge favorite here. Barlow is minus 298, plus 240 on Nikolay. Yeah, I'm taking Danny Barlow here. I think this guy is super legit, left-handed god. I've been familiar with him for a while, and I was super impressed. Obviously, it was a contender fight, and then destroyed Josh Quinlan. Great performance. He didn't win a bonus for that, but I think he could have. He probably could have used it.
Yeah, it just sucked because it was on a pay-per-view card, and then
the
they
stacked
just
pay-per-view with a bunch of knockouts. Yeah, I know. I think he wins, Marcel. I think he's very good. I think he's super legit. I think he knocks this guy out. Nikolay's, I think he's been up to once. It's been a while. Once or twice. It's been a while, but I think Barlow gets him. I think Barlow's super legit. I think Barlow knocks this guy out. I think he wins a bonus maybe this time around. I like Barlow a lot in this fight. What do you think?
Yeah, man, it's actually funny, man. Danny Barlow is probably the most English name you can have on your roster, and he's from America.
Yeah,
very good fighter.
Yeah, it sounds like a contender, a Cage Warriors guy, right?
Yeah. It's a typical English name, Barlow. So yeah. I mean, I really like the dude. I also like Veretennikov. He was. I remember back in the Contender Series, he was like Benil Dariush's guy. Remember? And he lost to Michael Morales. Michael Morales happened to be a great prospect, obviously. Yeah, he's from King's MMA, right? He actually replacing Uros Medic, who also trains there, so it makes sense. Yeah, I'm also on Barlow on this one, man. I think Veretennikov is a very talented guy. But I really like Barlow. What I've seen so far, I'm going with Barlow as well. I don't know if he finishes him. I might take a decision here.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's possible because the guy's been finished well. But I honestly think that left hand is like super powerful, bro. I think you can get him out of there. Yo, this would be a good fight, Battle and Barlow. But I think Battle's kind of earned a higher guy. You know, I think Battle's very underrated. All right, let's go to the next fight here. This is a fun fight, too. This could be fight of the night. Chepe Mariscal against Damon Jackson. Chepe's favorite, finally favored. Marcel is usually the underdog. Minus 250, plus 200 Damon. Yeah, great fight. I think both guys are obviously very good fighters. Chepe's looked amazing in the UFC 3-0. Really good win over Trevor Peak, which didn't win fight of the night, but I think it could have. The win over Jack Jenkins was an injury, which is too bad, but, you know, he was looking pretty good. And the Charrier fight was very close. I think that I thought he lost the fight, but the judges gave it to him. It was fight of the night. So, listen, he's impressive, and he had a long career for the UFC. He fought really good competition. So he's a good fighter. And then you have Damon Jackson on the other hand, who's, you know, second run in the UFC now. You know, one of the best grapplers in the weight class. Does have some finishing ability too. Obviously, that knockover Pat Sabatini was crazy. And then I think it was like his brother died or something, and then he knocked him out like later that day. It was pretty crazy. He's pretty solid, but he's a guy that's a bit chinny too. He could be hurt in fights. And Chepe just doesn't strike me as a guy that, you know, is going to be like easy to take down, hold down. Like even if he gets him down, I think Chepe is going to work himself back up and make this fight a dirty, gritty fight. It's a good fight. It's a very well matched fight. It's going to probably go to 3 rounds. Although I think that, you know, Chepe's got a chance to knock Damon Jackson out, but I'm leaning towards Chepe to win the fight, man. I just think he's got more momentum right now, and Damon's going to make it hard for him because he's going to be grappling him the whole time. He's going to grind him against the fence, try to drag him down. But I think Chepe can make this a dirty, gritty fight and win either on points or maybe get a stoppage. What do you think, man?
Yeah, I also feel like that Chepe is going to win here, man. And I don't want to disrespect Damon because I think it should be closer, the odds, you know?
The odds are a little wide. I agree with that, yeah.
I think it's more of a pick-em, but I feel more confident in picking Chepe because I think he's got more upside in this fight, you know. I picked him. Did I pick him in all his fights?
You've been picking him like crazy. I've been terrible at picking his fights. Yeah. So I'm finally picking him, right? So
yeah,
he's finally a favorite. He's been an underdog in all his fights, I think, and now he's a favorite. So
yeah, I really like him, so I'm picking him again here. I think it goes to a decision.
What do you think? Decision? Yeah. The game is tough, right? I mean, he has been chin checked, but like, you know, Tybura and these guys. Yeah, it'll probably be a decision. You're right. It's probably gonna be a gritty type of fight, but I don't know. We'll see. I think he's gonna do more damage. And Damon, the one thing with Damon, I'll say, is he wears his damage a little bit in his fights. So that's one of the problems with him, I think. Remember the fight with what's his name, Charles Rosa, where he got just cut up really bad in that third. I think it was the 3rd round. Yeah, so he wears damage a little bit too much for me. All right, we'll go to the co-main event here, and we have. I mean, this is, to me, it's not, you know, co-main event caliber fight, but whatever. It's a fight night. Javid Basharat taking on Chris Gutierrez. Javid is a big favorite. Minus 250, same odds, plus 205 on Chris Gutierrez. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to take Javid, Marcel, because I'm still high on the guy, but I was disappointed by the fight with Damon's a hobby, obviously. Who wasn't, you know? It's just hard to ignore what he did before that. He looked very good before that. So I'm not going to write him off after one straight loss. But at the same time, like, it's an interesting fight because –
Bro, last comment. Sorry.
What happened?
Last comment.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. This guy, he made this one with the polar bear, like the actual polar bear, not Spivac.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. It's okay. Just came back. Sorry, I was just looking at the breakdown. Yeah, I mean, Chris Gutierrez is a good striker, though. So, like, if this fight is just striking based, Chris could win this fight. I think he is a live dog. I don't love like a lot of these favorites on this card. I'm picking a lot of them, but like I just don't love them for bets. You know, I think Chris could potentially win on the scorecards. Potentially, I think Javid would be smart to take him down. I think that's kind of what he'll mix it up to takedowns in this fight. I don't think he's just gonna strike because that's what against a hobby. It didn't work out very well. And to be honest, I think Gutierrez is probably a better striker than it's a hobby. Yeah, I'll take Javid by decision, Marcel, but like I don't love these odds either, minus 250. What are you thinking here?
I feel the same way. I think Basharat. I don't think Chris's ground game is really good. I think Basharat is going for a lot of takedowns, or he's going to hold him there. You know.
Yeah.
I don't think it will be a great fight, to be honest. If it keeps it standing, Chris has an advantage. But other than that, I think Javid wins a decision here, man.
By the way,
and he needs to win.
Who's Amy's a hobby fighting next? What's the fight?
So the thing is, like, he's reported to fight Marcus McGee, but
yes.
I haven't posted it yet, but I cannot say on the record why.
Okay, no problem. I just think that it's kind of weird that he's fighting McGee, and it's probably gonna be like a prelim fight, whereas this guy gets another co-main event. I think that's a little odd, but it's clear the UFC wants this guy to win. I think. All right, let's go to the main event, guys. We have a rematch that no one cares about between Marcin Tybura and Sergey Spivak. It's pretty good, right? That's a good one. You like that?
Yeah.
Anyways, odds are.
It sounded like somebody kicked you in the nuts, but
it's what it sounds like though when you hear the thing. So when I looked at this the other day, it was minus 110 each. Now the money's coming in on Spivac, minus 115 on Zipolibert. Yeah, so they fought. Obviously, it was in 2020. Fight Island fight. It was a terrible fight, and Spivac was pretty good at the UFC at that point. But yeah, Tybura won the decision. Horrible fight. Since then, obviously, they both kind of went on some runs. They've had their ups and downs. Tybura's coming off a nice win over Tuivasa, which I called as an upset, and then Spivac got knocked out by Cyril Gahn, but I mean, there's no shame in that. Yeah, so again, I wasn't sure which way the odds would go, and I had no idea when I was breaking down the fight the other day, like where the lean would go. But I was leaning Spivac because pretty much the upside here is, I think, with Spivac, because he's 10 years younger, and because he's a finisher. You know, Marcin is. I know he's got some finishes, but I feel like Spivac's more of a finisher, and you know, I think that Tybura's. I know that Spivac's got knocked out too, but I've never liked Tybura's chin. I know Spivac's more of like a ground guy too. Spivac lands, 5 takedowns a fight, basically. Only like 1.5 for Tybura, which I was surprised. I thought it'd be more for Tybura. So I feel like Spivac can make adjustments and win this fight around, but second time around. But again, like they did fight before, and he lost 30-27. So hopefully he makes the adjustments. I'm going to pick him here. I'll take Spivac. I'll take him to win by stoppage. It's just. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, again, there's still some question marks, but yeah, I'm leaning his way, man. I wish the odds were still like pick him, but people are going with the same way I'm thinking. I guess. What are you thinking here?
So we all know Tybura is really like basic and tough, in my opinion. And the thing is, like, if I don't see Spivac winning a decision, I think he has to finish him. Yeah. But I think he has the tools to finish him, So yeah. I feel the same way. I think it's Spivac as well. Also by finish, probably by TKO in the first or second round by ground and pound.
I'm kind of feeling the same thing. And Tybura's been in some fights where like he was getting smashed and then came back and won, right? Like against was it Walt Harris?
Yeah.
And Greg Hardy too. Right?
Greg Hardy as well, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean he's toughed it out. Good for him. But again, I don't know. I'll give the guy credit though. He's made some improvements. The other thing I want to say really quick was I like this Spivac's training at Extreme Couture. I like that a lot. I don't know if you saw the picture. He's training with Francis. So he's training with Francis. I mean, that should help him. I would imagine Francis and him are drilling every day or something like that because Francis is supposed to be coming back in October against Henning Ferreira in PFL. So, yeah, I like that a lot. Anyways, so we have the main event the same. Going back through the fights, guys, we had one consensus underdog. Chelsea Chandler is our consensus dog of the week. For other underdogs, Marcel also picked Filho, Alencar, and I think he was leaning Errens as well. So Marcel got more dogs than me this week. I do feel like there's some other fights that could go either way. Personally, I'm not super sold on some of these big favorites, but yeah, after we broke it down, I'm a little bit more excited for the card. I'll say that, Marcel. But yeah, I mean, again, I'm just tempering my expectations, man. It's like a lot of these cards where I go in, I'm like pumped up. They turn out to be not so great, and then these ones that aren't so great, they turn out to be decent. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, it should be okay. What's up, Daniel? We haven't seen you in the chat in a while, man. Glad to have you here. We'll take you want to just do your finances really quick?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, we'll do finance.
We're here now.
Yep. I'm gonna pull it up here. All right, guys, just some quick fight announcements with Big Marcel. Go to his Instagram here, link it up. Big Marcel. Let's go, baby. Here he is. All right. We have all right, guys, let's go through the fight announcements of Marcel's page. Let's spend a few minutes on this really quick. There's quite a few that were late. By the way, we got a comment here from IJ. My man Marcel is a legend, brother. He is.
Thanks,
Marcel's the man. Marcel's a modest guy, but yeah, you're the man. I hope you win the journalist of the year.
I'm not winning that, and I also don't think I should.
You should get nominated.
I don't know, but if you say so, I'll take it.
Yeah, fill in here. Calvin Cater's out. Do you know what the injury is? Do you have any idea?
I think Nolan posted that, but I don't know exactly what it was anymore.
It sucks, though. I mean, I love Calvin. But yeah, to be honest, I didn't really think that fight made sense. I didn't think Kyle deserved Calvin yet. But
true, but it sucks for Kyle, man.
I know. He's supposed to fight a ranked guy. Now he's fighting a dangerous guy who's not ranked.
Yeah.
This is a banger, though, right? This is a banger.
It's a fun fight, yeah.
I honestly don't know who I'm going to pick in this fight. I really don't, because I like both guys. And, oh, by the way, there's odds out. Dakota is a big favorite over Santos. Crazy. I'm surprised by that. But yeah, this fight's going to be interesting to watch because Kyle's pretty durable and then Steve's a knockout artist. They announced this fight yesterday. Jeff Deal against Rafael dos Anjos. I think Jeff Deal's going to be a big favorite here.
I think so too. Yeah, definitely.
Bob Font, Kyler Phillips, great fight. I think Phillips should be favored.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, there's odds out already. Magomed's a big favorite over Rakic. I don't understand the fight. Do you?
You know what I think about it. The thing is, like, people are saying,
I tried to trick you.
Yeah, people are saying like Pereira ducking Magomed. I don't think it's Pereira. I think it's the UFC.
It's weird. They just don't like the guy for some reason. I mean, I know he pissed them off against Jan Blachowicz. He's like, "Oh, you guys robbed me of my title or whatever." I thought he won that fight, to be honest, against Jan. Yeah, but you pissed the UFC off, Marcel. It's hard to get back in there. It's been 2 years, and to be honest, again, if he had not tapped against Paul Craig the last minute, Marcel, last second, how different would this guy's career have been, right? It's crazy.
I feel like they're just hoping that he loses somewhere down the way and they don't have to give him a title shot.
They might cut him if he loses. I could see that happening. They don't like this guy for whatever reason. Yeah, and the worst thing is he's a very good fighter.
Yeah.
He's very, very good. I think he destroys Rakic, personally. I think this is an easy fight for him.
I also think Magomed wins, but you're not surprised by that, I think.
No. Whitaker and Chimaev, again, the odds are out. Chimaev's a big favorite again. I hope the fight happens. I don't trust this guy. Imagine Rob Whitaker watch him fight fucking Jared Cannonier in a rematch.
And it's a 5-rounder again, right? So
hope this guy doesn't pull out. I mean, if this guy pulls out again, my God. Yeah, I mean, my lean is the same, though. I mean, I'm still favoring Rob. I know that you do too, right? I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gone in Volkov. I like the rematch. Do you like this rematch?
Yeah, let's go. It's okay.
I think Volkov deserves it. I think he's earned it. I think he's earned it. It's an interesting fight. I mean, Gone obviously won the first fight, but he's leveled up, dude. Volkov's good. Volkov's very good. If he can make adjustments, he could win this fight. But again, Gone is very good too. So excellent fight. Would the winner get the rematch with Aspinall? I'm sorry, I forgot about John Jones and Stipe. My bad. I think the winner's going to get a rematch with Aspinall. Amazing fight, Topuria Holloway. Topuria is he the favorite? I gotta double check it. Let me check what the odds are right now. But Topuria is minus 190. Interesting. I think a lot of people will bet on Max in this fight, but Topuria's never lost. So, but yeah, that card's thick, eh? The Abu Dhabi card. You like it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
This is on the card too. Oh God.
It's like
Kennedy's moving up to heavyweight. Oh God. To be honest with you, the Lima should be favored here.
Yeah, he's also ranked, right?
Should be favored. Vieira and Harrison. Yeah, Harrison should be favored in this one too.
Yeah, she will be.
Yeah, Pennington Esparza. I don't care about this fight at all. To be honest.
Yeah, it's Esparza's last fight.
Yeah. She could win this fight though. I mean, I think she has the grappling to obviously win, but
yeah,
Tisha's got good takedown defense. I think that Raquel's going to fight Pannie on this card too, right?
That's probably
the main event.
Probably, yeah.
Oh my God.
That's why they're stacking it so hard the last couple of days.
That is a shit main event, honestly. I don't care about Juliana Pena's trash talk, and she's coming off a loss like 2 years ago to Nunes. Why is she getting a title shot? I would have been more like happy if Harrison got it.
I think honestly that they didn't want to do Raquel versus Kayla, but I think they're hoping Juliana wins and they're hoping Kayla wins so they can do Pena against Kayla for the title. That's what I think they want.
Maybe that's why, because they want the trash talking. Yeah. Aldo Batista, I love this fight. I really liked it. Yeah. I love the fight. I think Batista's great. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say because Martinez, I thought he was going to beat Aldo and he got schooled. So I don't know. I guess you're leaning Aldo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great fight. You like the fight?
Yeah, of course. Who doesn't?
It could be fight of the night. Batista's very good.
Yeah.
The rebooking. Crazy Kev broke this fight. Your boy.
My boy. I have nothing against it.
I know. I was glad they're rebooking this. I don't. What happened to Park? Did you ever see what happened?
It was something like he felt ill backstage or whatever. I don't know.
He looked good on the scale. It was weird, right?
Yeah.
That was so strange. All right. Poppins against Yana. I would think. Could it be loser leaves town potentially?
You called her Poppins.
Is that her nickname? Yeah,
it's her nickname. Yeah, Poppins. From Mary Poppins, I think.
To be honest, she probably wins. I can't pick Jhonata, I don't think.
No, I also go with McKenna here.
Again, I don't like picking fights so soon, but I just look at this fight. It's just hard to pick this from. Oh, great fight here, Royval Tybura. Yeah, great fight. I mean, I think Alex Perez was doing well before he got hurt. So to me, this is an interesting fight. I think Royval's fucking scrappy as hell, dude. I love this fight, Marcel. You like this one?
Yeah, it's a great fight. It's a main event as well.
5 rounds, perfect, amazing. Hope it goes 5. Al Hassan's going to be like minus 500 against Prem.
Yeah.
Murphy Ige is amazing too.
Good fight. Also Abu Dhabi.
Tough one to call, I think, too. Both guys are very good. Yeah. Murphy looked amazing at Barboza, though. So, I'll love. Oh, is this Abu Dhabi or no?
No, that's in Vegas. It's Vegas.
I mean, Charles Johnson's your guy, right? G?
I mean, he should win this fight normally, I think, right?
He should be ranked too. I don't understand this fight, to be honest with you. I don't know why Luan is even ranked number 12 anymore. I don't think
so. So by the way, apparently this Robertson was supposed to fight on November 2nd.
Yeah,
but it's switched because November 2nd is most likely Edmonton.
I know. That's why I thought she'd fight I thought she would fight in Canada.
Yeah, now it's Vegas.
Isn't this New York?
No, New York is the week after, November 16th.
Nikola Almabayev. This is Vegas too. Yeah, good fight.
Yeah.
Oh God, who cares? This fight is just. I have no idea. I mean, I actually think OSP could win this fight, which is crazy to say, but Ryan Spann is so
inconsistent, man. Yeah,
so inconsistent, dude. This is in Canada. This is Edmonton. Jamie Lynn Horth against Petrovic. I would think loser leaves town potentially.
Yeah.
Ballas against Austin Lane. They're doing anything to get this dude to win, eh?
They're hoping Lane will do the same thing as he did against Jhonata Diniz.
They are praying that he wins this fight. Chris Curtis, Kevin Holland. I like this fight. Yeah, it's fun. It's just hard to pick Holland because of the fight IQ, but I think he matches up decently well against Curtis. So we'll see. Gamera Hooker, great fight. I don't think we talked about this one yet, but yeah, I mean, I the odds are out, by the way. Gamera's favored. He should be.
He should be.
But Hooker's a gamer, dude,
True.
Hooker's tough as hell.
Bro, but thing is, Gamera's nickname is Gamer. You say Hooker is a gamer. Dude.
Oh, that's funny. That's true. No, but Dan, dude, I was in Vegas for his fight with Jalen Turner, and bro, I don't know how he won that fight. He toughed it out, man. It was crazy.
Yeah, and he broke his arm in the first.
I know. Right? I don't know how he won. It was crazy. Queso Nulana, what's his name? Our boy's Fight Talk's wife. Luana's favorite. I think the odds are. I think Luana is. I think Casey opened as a favorite. Now Luana is. And I think we talked about the other fight. Actually, we didn't talk about this one. We haven't talked about these fights in a while. I don't know. I'd have to look back at this guy versus fight. I can't remember. Who did he fight? Bittencourt. Yeah.
I had Clayton Carpenter's girlfriend in my DM because I had this.
Oh,
no, nothing really. I had his date of birth wrong.
What'd she say?
She's like, the date of birth is not right. It's like, it's the 9th, not the 6th. So I was like, so I checked topology, and we had the 6th as well. So I was like, oh, I also changed it on topology. She says, okay, cool, thank you. Yeah.
That's funny. This fight's okay. Aldana and Dumont. Did we talk about these fear fights yet? Did we even talk
I don't
about
think
this?
so.
This is a good. Yeah, I don't think we did. Zalhuber and Rebrix is a very fun fight.
Yeah.
Ortega and Lopez, obviously a fun fight. Brian makes the weight. Grasso, Shevchenko, fun. O'Malley and Merab. Great.
This, by the way, a horrible picture to scale. Can I say that? O'Malley against Merab.
Yeah,
Dude.
I know. Merab's so small. This dude, by the way, his arm. Oh, his tattoo is different now. It's just
yeah.
His whole body's tattooed. It's crazy. Jenkins Burns. Oh my god, I can't believe her Burns is in the UFC. Still crazy. Terry Almeida. Yeah, I think we've talked about some of these, and we'll end it there. But yeah, some really good fights coming up, guys. Obviously. All right, Marcel. Anything else you want to mention really fast, or are you good to go?
I'm good to go, man. I don't know what else you want to talk about.
No, I think we're good. I want to get out of here too. No, I'm good. We'll talk out. We appreciate you guys all joining us. We'll be back next week. We'll recap UFC Vegas 95. And then we're going to preview UFC 305, Adesanya and Duplessis, which is crazy that it's coming up that soon. It feels like there's a pay-per-view every other week now, but looking forward to that, man. All right, guys. Hope you have an amazing week. We'll talk to you guys soon. Peace. Take care. Bye.